After having the yips for 2.5 years throughout high school baseball, it took me 2 years to finally realize that the main source of my problem wasn't my mechanics and that it was my confidence. And one of the ways that Evan helped me to rebuild that was he had me on a throwing routine. And before I even threw with anybody during practice, I would do around 8 to 10 different drills. And not only did this help get rid of it completely, but I was able to go from low 70s to low 80s in just 6 months.
All right, there's the man himself, Cooper, and there's me. And you just heard Cooper talk about having the yips for 2.5 years, and then he met me. We got to work, and we got him out of it completely. But what I want to do for you guys is show you exactly how we did what we did. So if you want to see his journey, keep sliding. This is the first and probably most important thing that we did with Cooper in getting rid of his yips was doing athletic throws. The reason that I gave him this stuff is because he cannot think whenever he does that. He doesn't even have time to think. I didn't know why he had the yips, but I knew it probably wasn't a mechanical issue. If anything, it was overanalyzing the mechanics, so it was probably just more mental, thinking too much and being scared to fail. So I just gave him this, told him we're not going to throw to a target, and created a habit of not thinking and just throwing. The same concept applies for the turn and burn. Not only is it an athletic movement, so he doesn't really have time to think, but he doesn't even have his eyes on the target whenever he starts to throw. So like when he would do this drill to his throwing partner, he wouldn't be looking at his throwing partner, so he didn't even have time to psych himself out before the throw happened. This drill was huge for our training for 3 reasons. 1, Cooper's still getting down the mound and working on pitching. You need to get off the mound every time that you can get off the mound. Second one is this. Cooper's already starting halfway through his delivery in this drill. Since he's already halfway down the mound, he has no time to think. It's the same concept as the athletic throws. And the third one is this, and this is the biggest reason. Right in front of him is a square screen. Cooper throws into a net religiously. And the reason we do that is we just take the target away, because at the end of the day, the reason he has the yips is that he's worried that if he tries to throw to a target, he's going to fail miserably. So we just take the target away so that Cooper can trust the process and the work that actually goes into what we're trying to do. After all of his hard work, this was the result that Cooper got. In his bullpens, he went from 72 and yipped up to upper 70s and low 80s and throwing 70% strikes. After 2.5 years of being yipped up, that's crazy. But it didn't just start here. We didn't just start throwing into the non-square. What we did is we took that square screen that he was throwing into and removed it. And he literally threw to nothing. He didn't even have the non-square there. He just threw to the backstop. And that was just basically an exaggerated version of removing the target, but it worked. I mean, he went from literally not being able to throw a ball 15 feet to throwing 70% strikes in his bullpen. Crazy stuff.